and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings to the universe. All praises go to the Most High. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I am Queen. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I am back with another video. This thing has been bugging me, and I woke up early this morning. Actually been up about 2 hours, but the ancestors just called me to make this video. Okay, so I want to tell y'all something. This thing has been aggravating the mess out of me. Colorism is a huge problem. It's a huge problem, especially when you leave from another place and you come here, you really, really realize it. Okay? Colorism is a big problem a lot of foreign places, okay? Because you get India and they have their, I don't know if they call theirs Nollywood or what, but anyway, they have their, films and their movies, and it's always they want the lighter ones, not the darker ones. They want any country you go to, they show you the lighter ones and not the darker ones because that's the image they want to give. They feel like it draws you in, right? I have experienced the most colorism being black in America, okay? People are always trying to figure out what I am because even though I'm dark, sometimes I'm too pretty for them. Sometimes my hair texture isn't suiting theirs, how they want it to look, okay? When I was younger, I experienced this the most, okay? My hair was silky and straight. And that's because I had a perm. My hair was curly and silky when I was little. And then I got older, about 3. It was too soon, I feel, but my mama put a perm in my hair, right? And everyone wanted to know what was I, okay? They called me a black Indian. And it used to make me mad because I used to be like, why do I have to be called a black Indian? Why can't you just call me an Indian? You know what I'm saying? And then when you come into my family, it's from light to dark. From light to dark, all kind of shades. My grandmother's light skinned, okay? And my grandfather was a little lighter than me, okay? And then on my dad's side, my grandpa, he was dark skinned and my grandmother was brown skinned, okay? That's where I get bean chocolate from, and I love bean chocolate. It comes from my dad's side, and I'm okay with that. But I feel like it bothers other people. I actually had my mother-in-law tell me, don't let anyone tell you that you're not pretty just because you're dark skinned. I'm like, what? I'm like, I haven't ever had a problem with anybody liking me or wanting to be with me because of the color of my complexion, but I had to ignore her on that because she was trying to make me feel like I wasn't fitting in or something. And she likes to play mind games. Let me remind you, my mother-in-law is a witch, okay? So she had that witch tongue and you gotta watch it, okay? So anyway, yes, I said what I said. And I meant what I meant because I know what I'm talking about, okay? And it's always 2 sides to a story. Hers been told indefinitely when she hasn't been bothered, but mine's, I keep silent because I let the spirit speak for me. That's what I like. When the spirit speak for you, the spirit always put a stamp on it. Can't nobody say nothing. So my grandmother, okay, when you go to, like, we would go to the family reunions, and that side of my family would be light-skinned people, okay? I just see nothing but light-skinned people. A few, brown people here and there. So, or darker brown people because light skin is brown. But it's just a lighter brown. So, yeah. And that was my family. I didn't see no different, right? But of course, other people would make you feel like you're different when we all the same. So, so I always teach my children. I always taught my children that you don't judge someone by their skin, okay? And in the Spanish community, it's the same way, okay? Because we are all the same. We just speak different languages. You wouldn't believe it, okay? Because if you go into the story of Lot, let me run this down again. Lot was in Sodom and Gomorrah. And the angels came to him and they told him that he better get out because it was going to be destroyed because of all the sin going on. They were doing every sin you can think of, okay? Lot grabbed his wife and his two children, which were girls, and they got up out of there, okay? So his daughters had husbands, but they could not come. And then the wife went back. You'll be thinking that she turned around and looked back and turned to a palace thought. No, it's telling you that she turned around and looked back, okay, for entertainment purposes only. She turned around and looked back, and she went back to that place, and that's how she became a pillar of dust, because once the fire burns you, it be so hot. Lava. Think about lava. When the Bible talk about hailstones, stones come out of the volcano, okay? Those are hailstones, hills of fire. So she burnt and went to dust when she went back, and Lot and his two daughters had to keep going. So they ended up, and don't get me wrong, I can't remember what mountain it was. I want to say Moab, but I'm not sure it was Moab yet. But they was in the mountain, okay? And that's where they slept until God told them otherwise. And his daughters got him drunk. Let me remind you, they came from Sodom and Gomorrah. So they had wickedness in them. They got their dad Lot drunk. And remember, Lot is he came in with Abraham. Okay? So yes, they're related. So anyway, you wouldn't believe who is related if you would just read, if you would just see, you would know. Cause there's many books and I love to read, okay? So his two daughters got him drunk and they slept with him. Both of his daughters became pregnant, and that's when it formed the Moabite. So let me put y'all on something. Everything is logical. It's only hard when you make it hard to understanding. But the Ethiopian and the Jew had to teach the Ethiopian, the Jew, I can't say and, the Ethiopian, the Jew had to teach others how to comprehend the Bible. Okay? So if you just know how to comprehend it, you gotta give. You tapped in, you know who you are, okay? You have understanding, you know who you are. You tapped in. So when you talk about getting drunk while you're pregnant, those children come out and they look Down syndrome, okay? So picture the whole Moab looking like Down syndrome people, right? Okay. That's really a tribe. That's a whole tribe, and you see them every day and don't even know it. You see them every day and they be like this. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny because they be like, you look Chinese. Oh, you look like a Chinese. It's because the branch don't fall far from the tree, okay? And you don't even realize the hair that you wear on your head. Every wig is everything except for six ether, okay? You wouldn't look right with a six ether wig on your head, okay? And then you got nine ether. Those nine ether wigs, we all look the same, okay? Let me put you on that we all look the same, and that's how we are able to put on different wigs and it still look right, okay? But color is just the pigment of your skin. You have, whew, you have, Let me tell y'all, you have so many things outside of color that you need to be worried about, that you not worried. You don't worry about anything. You worry less and pray more, okay? But that you need to think about or be concerned about. So let me tell y'all a story. My gums are dark. I got picked on for that when I was younger because everybody else gums were pink. And very few people gums are dark. And you'll find out that trait, it goes back to Asian descent and Nigerian descent. And then when you go back even further, you'll find out that Nigerians and Asians are very similar. Everyone is connected somehow. I be feeling like we're not the ones offended. If we're not offended by our own complexion, then why is other people like offended? Why are you worried about it? If I'm comfortable in my own skin, let me be comfortable in my own skin, because the devil would try to create a problem when there isn't one. And being dark skinned, when people get mad at me, they like to bring, that's the first thing they like to call me, oh, Blackie or something like that. And I'm like, bro, who is you hurting? You're not hurting me. Like, that's the only thing you can come up with. And it's just so crazy because when I look at my family is all different complexions, and some of us go through more than others. And it's so crazy. My children came out a caramel complexion, okay? My son, he's the only one of my children that ended up being close to my complexion. But my children are a caramel complexion, right? And all my children hair, they have what you call good hair, okay? They have good texture hair. They have healthy hair. That's what I call it, healthy hair. Oh, so it really, really offended me because people will always try to judge me just because my children's hair. And I'm like, really? I'm like, you don't know my background. You don't know who I am. But I have been asked by strangers if my children's dad is white, Caucasian, okay? And I'm like, no. I'm like, no. And I guess they're trying to figure out how is their hair so good, okay? I don't know. God is great, okay? Because when I found out about the Ivies, which is a part of my family, I found out that the name Ivy goes back to Dominican Republic. You should always Google your last name and just do some insight on it, because they'll tell you that you got your last name from the slave master. Huh. But let me tell you something. This is nothing new under the sun. It goes on in every country, okay? A lot of countries is what I'm gonna say. Not every, but a lot. Okay? For entertainment purposes only. And then you have those people that's telling you go back to Africa when you can't go back to Africa because that's not your home. It might be your ancestors' home, but your home is here. Okay? And the whole complexion thing is just to throw everybody off, to making you think that we're different. Hmm. So now, both of my youngest children hair is locked like mine. They wanted locks. Their hair is locked like mine, and they still get questioned. Okay, it's crazy. They still get questioned. And my oldest one, she reminds me of me because she likes to keep her hair straight. And that's how I used to like to keep my hair when I was a teenager. I used to keep it straight. People thought I was wearing a wig. They thought I had on ponytails, all kind of things, just because of my complexion and my hair had a lot of body. I actually think that's flabbergastic. For real, I think that's funny too, okay? because your complexion shouldn't determine who you are. Neither should your hair. But your hair more than your complexion. And I would feel like people would feel better if my hair would have been 4C or something like that. And I still would have embraced it and loved it. Because even with my 3C hair that I had, I used to walk around with an afro and I loved it. Before I got locks, I had an afro, y'all. Yes. I used to put it in a ponytail, everything. You go on my TikTok, you'll see. You go back in these videos, you'll see. I always loved my hair because you have to love your hair. You have to embrace it. It's your hair. It's like a plant. So, anyway. Those who still got their head in their tails, okay? And they worried about complexion, they should stop because when I tell you God came from the darkness, when I tell you that the Watchers come from the darkness, you'll be surprised. And they say, don't call us black. You call them black, you gone, you out of here. Because you're supposed to have more knowledge than that. When you see them statues in Egypt, those dark statues, what you call black, negro, what you call black, yes, that's real. That's really how they looked. You see Osiris, and he was he was green, okay? That's a lot of chlorophyll. And you don't really know that you're copper, okay? Your skin is like copper, like burnt brass. From light to dark, we are all beautiful, okay? I've had someone tell me that somebody got to be prettier than me, and this was somebody that was hating on me. And they did this for a long time, and they even had other people calling me Blackie, and like that was my name. And I had to straighten people. I'm like, that's not my name. One person was like, oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I should call you something else. I'm like, yeah, you should, because that right there is very derogatory. And you don't want to hit me where it hurts. Because I'm going to put God on you, okay? And that right there, this whipping is worse than mine. And I'm like, dang. I'm like, people is stuck in this box. Every light-skinned person is not mixed. And then the ones that's walking around mixed, you think they're black. Like, this world is so messed up. I'm not lying. Y'all stuck in a box. So instead of thinking about your complexion, you should start doing things to manifest. I don't care what complexion you are. You're supposed to love your skin and you're supposed to treat your skin good, okay? You love your skin. You love your body. Your body is a temple, and that's a fact. My alarm was going off, y'all. So just know, like, don't ever let someone make you feel inferior just because of the way you look or the complexion of your skin, because we are all one, okay? That's why we say one love. A lot of people don't even know that Bob Marley was half Caucasian, okay? Yeah. And look at how in tune he was. He had a lot of knowledge, like more knowledge than a lot of black people. I love it. I love it because we are not all one color. That would be freaking boring, y'all. That would be boring if we were all one complexion. That would be freaking boring. But I actually had someone tell me that someone else was prettier than me just because they were light skinned. See my baby sleep. That's confirmation. She said, mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so, yeah. People are confused out here. I went to the beach with my oldest one when she was a baby, and it was just me and my mom. We decided to take a trip. I was a teenager then, and I had a Caucasian lady ask me. She say, "Oh, you have a beautiful baby," and she want to hold the baby, everything. And then she looks at me, and I get that it's the daddy, right? I'm like, oh God. I'm like, the only reason I'm upset is because I feel judged. Okay, I'm like, I'm black and my baby's black. Okay. Because if you in America and you don't know who you are, you can already find out because that's what time it is, okay? Stop looking at complexion, bro. And you better start thinking outside the box because it's really, really real. And I told you, if y'all look up at the Watchers, you look up at your ancestors and you call them black, and that be a thought going through your head, you better be thinking beautiful skin or beautiful darkness or dark and lovely because your ass gonna get zapped. Okay, I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna be quite frank. You're gonna get zapped. It's just the times we walking in. So walk in your truth. Don't forget who you are and always stay tapped in. I am queen. Oh, and love the skin you in. I don't care if it's light. I don't care if it's dark. Love you and be yourself, y'all. Because it's time to rise. And as we rise, we got to support one another and love one another. It's one love, okay? Blacks, Latinos, even Caucasians that are tapped in. You got to look up into the universe. You got to listen to the universe because everybody has a purpose and we're all on a mission. Yes, y'all, we're all on a different mission. So stay tapped in. I am Queen. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all have a great day. Ashe, ashe, ashe.